talk about Iran, shall we? Let's go ahead and start with this. We have got President Trump threatening to bomb Iran. Let's take a listen.
He said, and I quote, "If they don't make a deal, there will be bombing. It will be bombing the likes of which they have never seen before."
If they don't make a deal, we're going to bomb them. Okay, well, bad news for everybody, because let's go ahead and put this up there on the screen. Things continue to go in a very bad direction here.
All right, guys, we got it on the screen. Before we go any further, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you. Number 2, which is really number 1. Let's go. Let's go. Bombs away. Let's get it, right? Because that's how it feels. MAGA's going to think this is good. So this is going to be Krystal and Saagar breaking down what's going on in Iran. I want to see, because we're watching this together. He better not have any kind of explanation for this or excuse for this, or else I'm going to say we are simply doomed. Not because it's Saagar, right? But there are a lot of people who are making the most insane. I've been called an agent and everything simply because I don't think that more Americans should die in a war that they have nothing to do with. Okay, let me take that back. Okay, that's for me to take it back. That I'm gonna have to explain that actually we do, because we funded we shouldn't have been involved with Israel, and it's gonna go back to JFK. It's gonna be too much. So, without further ado, let's just get to the clip.
Donald Trump yesterday tweeting, or truthing, I guess is how he says it. The Iran-backed Houthi terrorists have been decimated by the relentless strikes over the past 2 weeks. Not true. Many of their fighters and leaders are no longer with us. We hit them every day and night, harder and harder. Their capabilities to threaten shipping in the region are rapidly being destroyed. Our attacks will continue until they are no longer a threat to freedom of navigation. The choice for the Houthis is clear. Stop shooting at U.S. ships and we will stop shooting at you. Otherwise, we have only just begun, and the real pain is yet to come for both the Houthis and their sponsors in Iran. So remember that that little signal chat debate, all of that, or that little signal chat debate, that preceded the first of what has now been a week or so of strikes. The attacks from the Houthis have not stopped literally at all. There does not appear to be any end game. Trump said that he would hold Iran responsible. Now, I mean, he's basically, as I think we said that here at the time, now you're stuck between a rock and a hard place because you issued the threat.
Right.
You said you will pay for this, and they didn't stop at all. As we also have tried to talk about here is what? They don't have nearly the amount of control that we in the press or whatever, and that America seems to believe that these people do. It's ridiculous. That
you mean Iran piece of
yes, like what? Yeah. Do they provide them some weaponry and a little bit of support? Yeah, they've also been an independent-ish type organization fighting against the Saudis, and all them for more than a decade.
Yeah, they have their own capability.
Think about these people survived literal bombing, starvation. Like, you think that these missiles are, miraculously can just solve the problem like this?
Oh my God, thank you, Jesus, God, thank you, God. Like, seriously, I mean that because I get nervous with these MAGA type. They think war is based, right? Oh, God. Okay. Saagar has, maybe he's kind of not refreshed. He's earned back a little bit of respect. No, real talk. I don't want to give this guy a hard time. I don't. Thank God. Because I'm telling you, man, I've been I'm not afraid of life, right? Like, I'm not, but it's like, it's insane, y'all. Y'all got to go on Twitter and see these people say all of this stuff is normal and good.
There's a theory that, the Biden administration didn't bomb them enough, despite looking at the statistics. If bomb could have solved this, the Saudis would have solved it, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not good because you're setting us up for confrontation. And as he said at the original, he said that we will bomb Iran if they don't make a deal. Well, guess what? They said, yeah, we don't really want to talk to you right now.
Yeah, that was the argument that was basically made in the Signal chat, if I'm remembering correctly, of the Biden administration, they just let them get away with it, completely ignoring the way that the Biden administration pursued basically the same strategy. And now, we already see the results. They've been bombing them in whatever more aggressive way and leveling apartment buildings and whatever. And has it worked? No, of course not. Could put D3 up on the screen in terms of Iran's response. So NBC News says Trump's threat to bomb Iran would spark retaliation, according to their supreme leader. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, said Monday the U.S. would receive a strong blow if it acts on Trump's threat to bomb Tehran unless it reaches a new nuclear deal with Washington. Trump.
Okay, let's slow down for a second. Okay, because we need to talk about where this is all coming from the beginning. Now, and I'm not, because my face isn't on here, it kind of makes it boring when I just stop it right here like that, but I want to explain just a little bit. The Houthis they're being pirates. They're slowing down the maritime operation in the Red Sea. Okay, and it is because the genocide that is taking place in Gaza. They said, stop killing the kids and we'll stop this. When the ceasefire was going on, they weren't bombing. And they weren't causing issues in the Red Sea. When it started up again and babies are being slaughtered, they are literally the only people, as far as I'm concerned, in the area that is like standing up and saying, nope, we're not going to sit back and wait and watch this happen. And so if all we can do is slow down the matzo ball soup from getting to Israel, then that's what we'll do. Now, what happens is America says you need to stop, and there's the back and forth and everything. Just stop ending the children. But if we're not going to take any orders because of it's insane, okay? And so this keeps happening. By the way, we funded Saudi Arabia to bomb Yemen like for a decade, like at least a decade now, okay? And it is important that we notice stuff because, like, we really need to know what our government is doing in our name as Americans. So all of this conflict and stuff is starting, it's happening, whether it's not just starting, it's happening. And then it goes because, yes, Iran does assist with certain type of, assistance. So then all of a sudden it's turning into Trump threats Iran to bomb Iran, retaliation. The Houthi situation in the Red Sea is just a way to say we're going to come for you, Iran. Anything, whatever it takes. Because they can't fully go the weapons of mass destruction route, right? Because you'll hear Trump say, well, we don't want to have a problem with Iran, but they can't get that nuclear bomb. They just can't have it. And Iran's like, well, we have a fatwa. We're not going to, that's not in the plan. Now, if you attack us and you say this because we're doing something we didn't do, now we have a right to remove the fatwa and actually get, do what we need to do. And I'm sorry to talk about this in such a sound childish the way I'm saying it, but this is not cut and dry, okay? What you need to take out of everything I said is that they don't hate us because of our freedoms, okay? That's not why we get ready to get involved with something, okay?
Reiterated his threat on Sunday. That's what we were talking about. And Supreme Leader says the enmity from the U.S. and Israel has always been there. They threaten to attack us, which we don't think is very probable. But if they commit any mischief, they will surely receive a strong reciprocal blow. And if they are thinking of causing sedition inside the country, as in past years, the Iranian people themselves will deal with them. Speaking to, some of the theoretical stirring up of domestic.
Yeah, removing the hijab. Yeah. I remember this before I started really paying attention to the Middle East and I was more about Ukraine. The thing is, I am a Christian and I understand in religion that there are certain practices of life that, oh my God, this is part of my religion. What am I explaining here, right? So it's like, I don't eat pork. It's part of my religion. If somebody try to force me to eat a ham sandwich, it's over. Like, we're going, like, what you trying to fight? Like, what do you mean, right? All of a sudden, it was this campaign. We need to take off the hijabs in Iran. And I'm like, I have drug addicts here that need assistance. And we're worried about women covering their heads in another country?
Unrest within Iran that they believe that we are guilty of. Maybe we are. I don't really know for sure.
Well, this is the problem, is that we have set ourselves up now for potential confrontation where the president has spoken out and said if we don't make a deal, then we're going to have bombs. Now, we also have an idiot national security advisor who continues to be in his job, who constantly is advocating for bombing Iran, and is somebody who we saw in the chat who's a brain-dead moron talking about freedom of navigation, who obviously is trying
Suddenly I like Saagar. Okay.
set us up for some sort of future military confrontation
Yeah.
and quote holding them responsible, as Trump has said. So at a certain point, we have to take Trump and them seriously. And you are in a tight time frame. You have the Gaza war, which is popping off. Things are only going to get worse if we see mass expulsion, which we talked about previously. Then you add on top of that with the Iran section, and you look at all of the people in the administration at the White House, like Mike Waltz, Marco Rubio, and others who have talked a big game about bombing Iran. And what else can you conclude? And you see here from the Iranian response, where they have their own domestic political situation. Us pulling out of the deal burned them at a domestic political level and made it much more difficult for any Iranian leader to try and pursue that in terms of their own internal politics. So you really have two things coming here. I guess all you can hope for is that we're all bluffing, but that's not a good hope. That's not a good bet to make.
I think also what was revealing within the Signal chat is you definitely do not get much sense that there's going to be much pushback on whatever the hawkish direction of the Trump administration was. There was the only voice that raised any concerns at all was J.D. Vance, and he quickly backs down once he realizes there's no one else in this chat that is, Jeffrey Goldberg is not coming to bat for me on my side on this one.
So, she just said a mouthful there, and we'll end it with this. Number one, when she said the only person in that chat who kind of looked good was J.D. Vance, but nobody came to back me up, so he stopped. That's the point of the leak, as far as I'm concerned, okay? Vance does not like Trump, allegedly, in my opinion, and the leak makes Vance, you see, she noticed, it makes him look good. Then she said, Jeffrey Goldberg isn't going to come have my back this time, because they used to work together. And everybody's blaming Mike Waltz for this, like, leak to Goldberg, but Vance used to work for Goldberg at the Atlantic. So, I mean, when I tell you, honey, the spider webs inside the Trump administration, let's go. You got to make a joke out of it a little bit. Oh, this is funny because we live under it, you know. But we're here to talk about it, break it down, guys. But at the end of the day, you know what? No doom and gloom. We, look, no doom and gloom, and we'll just, you know, look, pray. Everything is all good. And in the meantime, just have some extra supplies. I've been saying this for years, but it's just, you can't go wrong with having extra supplies, all right? The American people don't deserve this, the absolute layers of lies that get dropped on us, but here we are today, and we're just going to try to keep sifting through them.